for the future. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode on the channel. Today we will be talking about food for the future. So let's get started. When I talk about the food for the future, I mean the future of foods. It's not like we're gonna make new foods. Well, yeah, we're technically gonna, but not like that. So what do I mean? Well, you know how plants make their own food by combining water with gases with sunlight. So this is how a plant makes its food. Alright, warning, this is an amateur analogy. Don't try this at home. Poof! I got a sandwich in my stomach. Amateur analogy. I told you already. Warned you. Don't try this at home. It doesn't really work. Unlike us, we aren't like plants. We can't make our own food. We can go to the kitchen and make our own food. Like put in some water and then we put in some of this stuff. And then I go to the shop and buy something. And then I get some milk. And I get some flowers. And yeah, I just create a pancake. A book pancake. This is amateur terminology, but you are preparing your food. You aren't making it. Well, sort of. Technically you are, but you're just preparing it. Not like how plants do. Would it be like you could just sunbathe and just breathe out inside yourself and then get into a bit of water and then drink a bit of water and just a sandwich pops into your stomach? My analogy is actually an amateur, alright? Amateur analogy. However, this is how plants actually make their food, and this is how crops make their food too. Just like how we need water, crops also need water, and sometimes the viruses do attack these parts which get the water, and crops are just falling up. In the early 19th century, a famine about potatoes went around for Ireland, and this, like, if it was in a different time that happened, this famine, not before but in the future, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But however, it was a pretty big deal during Ireland back then. They all depended on that species of plant, and it was really cool, except there are no places to get into it. We might not even get our things for foods and carriages and all that stuff. But we might even get into our foods. So yeah, I guess this is where I'll end this episode. There's a lot we can learn from this foods, by the way. And buying food isn't really that criticized anymore. We criticize buying too much food unless it's a hoarding sequence. And there's a lot we can even find for food. Even if we find out our stocks are worthless and there is a lot we can get, there is a lot we can learn from these things. How? Prepare foods. Since we are losing food crops every day from thousands of species to less than 100 species, like, there's this place called Heritage Farm, which saves some seeds of rareness before they're destroyed and plants them for as long as they can. They preserve the seeds and start planting them, and then they start crossbreeding them to make new seeds. That's really useful. That's how it works. So yeah, I guess this is where I'll end this episode. The quick review is that the future crops are at stake. One day, this famine that in the early 19th century Ireland famine can happen again, but even more destructive than ever. So we should start preparing for ourselves and start getting seeds. We should start planting new crops and start getting the rare or almost extinct species, endangered species of plants back out of extinction. So yeah, this is where I'll end this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. Junhan out. Peace. A sandwich in my stomach. Actually, I think there is a sandwich in my stomach. Well, bye.